Hey, what's up, everyone? Back again with the Rally Podcast, kind of a bonus or a special episode. I'm here with Tyler Cisek. I think it's our first ever kind of live guest, besides back when
Hey,
Tony and I used to do it. Yeah, Tyler's feeling special
I feel
over here.
honored right now.
But truth is, we are working a trade show together in Vermont, and thought got to be a great opportunity just to record a podcast, pick Tyler's brain. And he also said that he might want to interview me later, kind of flip the
Mm,
script. So we'll see what question he has. And I told him if he makes me look bad, I just won't release the podcast. So
that's just not fair. You can make me
I
look
can make
bad.
him
I'm
look
gonna make
bad.
you look bad.
I have all the power. Um, but uh, I want to introduce Tyler real quick. I can't just assume everyone knows who you are. You're not that special.
You're right.
But he was on 2 episodes ago with Cisek Showalter, the number one team, all of 27 round net, and took home first at nationals. If you didn't check out their interview, we had like a 40-minute podcast with them. Definitely go check that out. Probably before you watch this, you'll get to know Tyler a little bit more there. But with that said, we're gonna hop into this one.
Let's do
And
it.
first, I wanna. We've spent like 2 or 3 days together now, and I've asked for them, and I've also gotten them, and that's a lot of hot takes from
Mm,
Tyler. So there were three they said that I kind of want to talk about a little more because I feel like they could be fleshed out a little bit. The first one, so we were talking about teams for next year and how good they're going to be with speculation and no one knows, but everyone thinks they know. And so Tyler asked me about Joel Graham and Caleb Heck, who, if you didn't know, are teaming up next year. And Tyler, what was your hot take about them? Or
yeah.
maybe not about them, but one of them.
Well, I can make one for them as a team as well if you want.
Whatever you
If
want.
you want some extra stuff. I'm a big fan of Caleb and Joel as players. I think they're both incredible players. I think they're both under, especially Caleb. I know that Caleb going into nationals, people were doubting him, and him and Corey did super well. They beat Chaos in 2 games, and
Hmm.
they did really well. So my hot take, I'll do the first
Maybe
one.
not hot. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So my my thought was that Joel and Caleb were going to be a top 5 team, definitely. I think they're both incredible players, and they definitely have the capability of doing that. And I'm not just saying that because they're in Atlas, and so am I, because that's bias. So no, but
You're not biased.
no, no,
No.
definitely not biased at all. But yeah, so I think they'll be a top 5 team. But more specifically, I think Caleb Heck is going to be a top 10 player next year. You heard it here first. I'm telling you, kids always getting better. He's an incredible player. His defense is insane. His serving will get so many aces. So
Hmm.
I'm excited to see him play. He's an incredible
Yeah.
player, and I think they're in for a huge season next year.
Okay, so first I want to say, before Tyler told me about where he put Joel and Caleb, he asked me what I thought, and I gave him. I think I said 8, right? I said 8 to 12. I said eight to
Yes.
twelve. I didn't just say 8. I said 8 to 12. Then I also was saying they could get caught in that 13 to 16 range where you don't play teams. You only play the top teams, so you don't really get wins. You only play teams below or in the middle. Tyler did not like
I
that.
was not having it. I wasn't having it one bit.
Well, so what I gonna say, and I don't really want to like that much, is that I haven't. I feel like I never see or play with Caleb, and you might play with him. But even before nationals, I remember it was so hard to judge because like I think he played minimal tournaments that year. He
Right.
played Baltimore and he got tied for ninth. Like it's okay. Baltimore was a good tournament. And then at regionals they won, but it was hard because it was the advanced division.
Right.
And so going into nationals, I didn't know. But the win over Chaos was good, but also his brother Corey's good.
Oh
But
yeah, Corey's an incredible player.
but so
No doubting that.
what do you play with Caleb enough where you just see that growth coming?
Yeah. I've played with him for years now, and just his development over the summer, because I was in Pennsylvania for the summer for 3 months, and just his development over the summer of him ending basketball season, taking spike ball seriously, and then going and playing some tournaments
Hmm.
was incredible. And now he's just stepped up his game even more. He's super dedicated at home,
Hmm.
never goes house. He's always practicing in the basement, doing serves, doing some new hits. So he's super
Yeah.
dedicated, and kid's got a lot of talent.
Hmm.
He's just an athlete, ton of
Yeah.
skill, and I think yeah, He's great.
Well, he did the other day on the Spikeball Instagram, did that kick serve.
Oh
So if he
yeah.
does that every time, it's guaranteed wins.
Yeah, just 21 aces, just straight foot aces.
But being a top 5 team, do you think they'll be in the semis and finals of like all the tournaments they go to? Not all of them, but if you're a top 5 team, you're quarters at least,
Right.
mostly semis
Right.
and finals. And you see that happening?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think the beginning of the season might be a little tough for them just because they really haven't played too much together. I think they need to develop that chemistry first, and then they're. But I mean, once they get clicking, and
Okay.
and they're both on, they're going to be a tough team to beat. A really tough team to beat. They're both really good at defense, so it's going to be tough to get the ball by them. And yeah, I definitely see them getting semis a ton. Definitely finals at least a couple times. I actually asked them. I asked both of them separately their goals for next season, and they both want to win regionals, which is big.
Win regionals.
Win
That's
regionals.
something.
That's big, and just be like ranked in the top 5 for the nation, and I think that they will be. I think they're both
So yeah,
incredible.
so that's
Yeah.
something too. Is you don't have to be ranked in the top right away. They could get ranked in August. They
Yeah.
could get that high. I mean, you might think they'll get there earlier, but it's more about like, can you get there over the course of the year? I don't have that much to say because I don't know that much. I just love this heat coming out of you,
Right.
just thinking it. Because I'm just trying to think of things to combat it with, and I can't.
You can't?
I can't. But that's because we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have
It's
to
that
wait and
prediction. But kind of similar thing about who's going to be good is Tyler asked me who's going to be the Origin Chaos or Point Loma of this year, and what that means is Origin Chaos was relatively unknown in 2015. There were Kyberia. Is that how you say that?
Pretty sure
Chiberia? Oh, that makes
I
more sense
think.
because of Chi down.
Yeah, yeah.
Chiberia, relatively unknown, just kind of playing in the Midwest. And then in 2016, their first big win was definitely beating Tyler in Nashville.
We're gonna talk about that.
That was their first big win. They beat the rookies in
Oh,
Nashville,
yeah.
and then they had a good season. They won a tour stop and got Spikeball Elite, just seemingly out of nowhere. But then out of nowhere, it was just not even out of nowhere. They were good. Out of nowhere, they were really good.
Really good.
They were really
As
good.
in, they beat us again in Boston.
Yeah,
And I was not happy again.
yeah,
But you know, it happens.
yeah. And
They're a great
so
team.
then this year it was kind of Point Loma, where I remember earlier in the season, some West Coast guys were telling us about how good they were, and we didn't really believe it until they started getting some good results. So he was asking who's going to be that this year, and at first I couldn't think of anyone. I haven't thought now, but I want to hear from Tyler's answer first.
Yeah, so I can't take credit for the question. Fitzy came up
Oh,
with the
Fitzy,
question.
okay. That's a
and-
Fitzy question.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So I stole it from him. So now I'm getting credit for the good answer, the good question. But either way, and Joey. So if you guys don't know, it's Joey Hevertap and Joey Piron. And I think they're both really great players. I saw Joey play against us, Cisek Showalter, at Midwest Regionals. Him and Weiler played together, and they took us to really close games. I think one went into extras, one was 21-19. So
Oh, at regionals, those
Yeah.
were tight. Yeah, those were tight.
super tight. We definitely weren't feeling that great, but about that because it was super close, way closer than we wanted it to be. But they both played great, and I was very impressed with Joey because, to be fair to Joey, I didn't think he was that good going into it. Afterwards, my opinion completely changed on him.
He
So
played really well that
he played
day.
so well.
Yeah.
his serve was great. His defense was really good. So, yeah, I was super impressed with him. And other Joey, I played against him once, so I don't have too much experience against him. But I've heard really great things about him, about his serve, about his play. I think he won King of the Beach in Chicago one time when the Origin guys were there. So that's super impressive. So I think both of them together, depends on how they click together, but they're both great individual players. And if they get the chemistry right, they're going to be, I think, a team to be reckoned with. So
Okay, and I can personally talk about this one because I played Joey and Joey
yeah,
in October, and they beat me. So it's going to be hard for me to say that I disagree. So my thought was that Joey is good. Joey, they're both Joeys. That was dumb.
Right.
Joey Half is good. I know he's good. I saw him at regionals there. Joey Piron, I played him that one time, so it's kind of I don't have as much of an opinion on because I only saw him that one time. And I don't know. I feel bad saying it because they beat us, but like I try not to be relative. I try to be relative with that. I wasn't super impressed with how it was. I think that, but so it's hard to judge. We played them in October.
It sounds like you're a little bitter right now.
No,
Sounds
I
like you're
just
a
I
little
just
bitter.
want to skirt the line because I feel like I'm not I shouldn't be talking. I shouldn't be saying bad things about them because they beat me. So I found like I'm doing that. I wasn't as impressed like as well. I don't think they have that capacity to be the Point Loma or Chaos right now. Like I
Gotcha.
didn't see that in there. Um, I wouldn't call them a sleeper pick for this year. You like that?
That was good. That was good.
Um, well, but what I was thinking is it comes down to um, how Joey can step it up. I can't. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. How Joey P can step it up this year because
Yeah.
he's been a relatively new player,
Right.
and we need to know if he can push into that next level. If he can keep improving, like you think Caleb Heck is gonna do.
Hmm.
So I think that's the biggest thing because I think Joey Heff was really solid, and we've seen him continue to get better. And since Joey's so new, it is easy. I guess we could say that he's gotten this good pretty quick, so he
Right.
might have the knack to get in there quick. But I think that's what it comes down to. Will they be a top 10 team? I love this because Joey P listens to the podcast like right away. And I'm gonna just maybe eat my words later this season. But I want to say probably not. But I mean, they're definitely the three in the Midwest. So like, or not the three.
Well, we got
Yeah, because we
we
got
got
Telestai too.
and we got Schweppes coming back next year.
Schweppes is coming
Schweppes
back.
is coming back.
So
Yeah, look forward to seeing them.
so the Midwest is going to be interesting again. That'll be a big thing too because it's also how they match up against those Midwest teams. Because I saw this year the sleeper pick to Telestai, Force, and Ohio Against the World played against each other a ton. So I think it'll how they do against those fellow Midwest teams and even less the out of region teams.
Yeah.
Because like if they get two of those wins, they'll be in that 11-12 spot easy without even touching the top 10.
Right.
So then it comes down to that.
Yeah. For me, I think the biggest thing for Joey P. I know the hop from being in a premier player to a top premier player, I think is huge. So, I guess the question is if he can make that jump. I'm not saying it's not there now because I really haven't seen him play much, but I know that jump is huge, and if he can make that jump, I think that they'll be a really good team. But I guess we'll have to wait and see if how they actually do and how many tournaments they play together and the results. So I'm
We,
excited.
we could see like Ohio Against the World who said they're going to play together and then played like four tournaments all
Right,
year.
right.
So let's hope they play tournaments together. But I'm excited for that. I think it would be cool. And then either you'll be right or I'll be right, and then
We'll both be.
we could both be wrong.
Yeah, we both be wrong. Maybe they're like horrible. I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not. But
You kind of do if you have to play them.
you're
Like
not
they have a
wrong.
terrible game and you're just disappointed in them. You're like, oh, thanks for the win, but I'm like so sorry about that. I really wanted you guys to be better.
Yeah,
but
to prove my case right, because
Yeah.
that is all I care about. My
So,
pride.
we'll see. I'm just always trying to provide people with motivation too. When I went, Charles Henry in Montreal told me that I said some words about the Canadian players, and they took it to heart and tried
Ooh.
to get a lot better of his offseason, and it
Love to
showed.
see that.
So I gotta, I think, just kind of keep telling players that they're not as good, and then
Yeah. The key is
them-
to insult people so that they play better.
yeah.
You know?
But you know what I said is I have to insult them when they're not in the same room, so they can't do anything. So I can do it from afar through a podcast. Okay, so the last of Tyler's hot takes, which might not be that hot take, it's happened before, and that is he thinks that a co-ed team will take top 3 at a tour stop this year. And,
Yeah.
I think he says that because he plans on doing it.
I mean, it could be possible.
Yeah.
So I know it's definitely a goal of mine. But I think just in general, I think that there's some crazy talented women's players out there, and to pair up with a crazy talented guy player, I think there'll be a scary team. I mean, there's a bunch of players you can put into that mix, guys and women, and I think it's gonna be really co-ed matchups going on and co-ed matchups against some guys teams, because I think the girls out there are way more than capable of beating some top level guy teams. So I'm really excited to see what pairing can do it. I think there's quite a few pairings that have the possibility of doing it.
Like PJ and Ashley.
PJ and Ashley would be crazy.
He asked me who could do it. I said PJ and Ashley, and he seemed a little upset.
No, I mean, like a little, because I'd like to mention them there. But yeah, I mean, they would be an incredible team. They obviously have the chemistry.
They've won 2 tournaments before.
Yeah.
So
I think, yeah, be aware of some high quality co-ed teams coming at you on some tour stops.
And I want to say, I don't have much to say against that, because it would be cool to see it happen.
Yeah.
Is that it's happened before. In 2015 in Lancaster, Engel and Besky and Jenna Coleman got 3rd.
Right.
So
I think that was a different year of spike ball.
You know, maybe.
There's definitely a ton of different skills that play in this year.
Yeah.
Serve return is going to be huge. But I feel like there's super talented players out there, and they're going to make a run. I really do think.
Another, he was specific saying top 3, and I said that top 4 I could definitely see happening. Top 3 is a whole different beast, because top 4 is winning a quarters match, which is beating it's just a lower team than the teams that will also be in the semis. So beating 2 out of 3 of those teams also in the semis is a little tougher. So yeah, it's just they're different. Top 3 and top 4 are like big specifications.
Yeah.
And he thinks top 3. So that's how he doubled down. No, I know. I was saying, like, if we see top 4, you're not right. We need that top 3.
Yeah, no, it needs to be top
make
3.
3rd place games matter again.
Yeah, for real. But also, I mean,
I know.
I would even be bold enough to say that a co-ed team makes it to the finals.
Will they
I think
win?
It's possible. I'm not going to say that, but I think it's definitely possible for a co-ed team to make it to a final. And again, this is a tour stop. Tour stops are high-quality teams, and so that kind of speaks to my thoughts on how talented these women players are. So,
or just how talented the top men's players are.
PJ,
PJ
can carry.
I'm just getting at you. So, moving off from Tyler's hot takes, I want to talk about something. A week ago, you posted a picture of yourself on Instagram where you were looking very serious while playing, and you said, some people say I look like I'm not having fun when I'm playing Spy. When you said, I definitely am. I'm just competitive and want to win. Yeah. So I just want to ask you, like, what goes through your head on a tournament day, or even before a after a tournament? Like, what is happening in there? What is happening? Not much. Just hit ball.
Yeah, I mean, so I go into a tournament. I mean, so people who know me know that I'm go into every tournament thinking I'm going to win the tournament, which sometimes could be ridiculous, but that's just my personal goal for myself. I want to go and I want to win every tournament. I'm way too competitive for my own good, and
especially today, we were playing pickup games, teaching people how to play, and I could tell, like, I would get a lead, and he's like, I want to win.
I do. I mean, so kind of like a running joke between Delaney and myself at trade shows is that we always play a pickup game with these 2 players that really don't know too much about the game, and he's always begging to beat me, but I just will not let it happen. One time he did it, and he was rubbing it in my face the whole time. It's like, hey, Tyler, how mad were you that I just beat you? And I was like,
You're genuinely upset.
Yeah, I was genuinely upset, even though it's just the most friendly game you can think of. So, I mean, that kind of, you can kind of see how my thought would be going into a real tournament, and then, like, wanting to win that much more badly, you know? So, tournament days, I'm focused. I don't eat much. I eat maybe like a bagel in the morning, and then I'm good for the whole day, which is kind of weird to people.
Where are you getting these bagels?
Oh, I mean, anywhere.
Just any bagel?
Bagels are bagels. Bagels are
I think some fellow Long Islanders might disagree with that statement, bagels are bagels.
Okay, so Long Island bagels are the bagels to get. But if I'm in a different state, a bagel's a bagel. Any bagel's still good.
A bagel's a bagel.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, tournaments I'm super pumped for. And
after wins, how do you feel? Like
Feel good.
but you get a nice series win. Are you just like, besides the finals, are you just like on to the next one? Or are you like a little happy?
I mean, you gotta be happy with the win. I mean, you can't be just like a total robot. So I'm definitely happy with the win. But I mean, for the most part, I'm just looking forward to semis, finals, just playing playing one of the top 5 teams in the country, and just really focusing and getting that W against them, which is huge. Which is the main goal of going to a tournament. Actually, not really, but
Have there been some tournaments that you just can't feel that competitiveness, or is it kind of always there?
um, there.
Like,
So
do you feel that same way? Do you feel significantly more focused at tour stops and Grand Slams and regionals and nationals, or is it kind of the same everywhere? Does it vary?
um, okay, yeah. So I would say that pool play, I really pool play is just not my thing. I don't know. I can't get amped up
You
for
don't
it.
care about winning until noon. Play them in any game until noon.
I mean,
Kinda.
yeah, but pool play is not my thing. I really just can't get amped for it. I don't know why. I've tried and it just doesn't work. That's probably just a me thing. But I mean, once bracket gets going, no matter who I'm playing with, I'm super focused. I'm super determined to really take home the win. And there aren't really many times that I just don't feel it. Like there's definitely some times where I'm feeling tired and then I'm kind of out of it. But like that competitive field, like never.
That's what I
That
was
never
just thinking.
fades.
Like sometimes maybe you could be out of it, and then like mid game, you're like, you're right back in.
Yeah.
You know,
So usually there's like one call a game that like kind of like ticks
sets
me
you
off.
off.
Then I'm like, oh man, game on.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm ready for it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's like
funny.
my ticking time bomb right there.
Yeah,
It's a bad
that's
call.
funny. Okay, and all right. So not to dwell more on bad things, but when I sent you questions for the feature Friday on Instagram, I asked about your favorite tournament. Do you have like a least favorite tournament?
Least favorite tournament. Gosh, I really haven't thought about it much. Um,
I just feel like that's something that you maybe don't hear
oh,
about.
yeah. So definitely Atlanta
Oh,
when
Atlanta.
we lost to Chaos.
You're going and trying to win, right?
Oh, for
Well,
sure. I
definitely.
mean, that was a huge tournament.
Yeah.
Monkey Business was there. Chico was there.
Vengeance and two guys.
Vengeance, 2 guys. So yeah, I was definitely going into that tournament like we got something to prove. It's going to be a great tournament for us. And we lose to Chaos in 16. I think that was like the first time I got out in the round of 16. So I was.
It was your worst finish ever.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was.
Not
I
to
was-
rub it in, but I remember specifically like saying that. Like, is this their worst finish?
Yeah. So that one was not
Yeah.
too good. Didn't like that feeling. But
Yeah.
I mean that kind of drove me to do better in that round.
Well, they ended up being good, so
They
it,
did.
it would have been worse if you lost to them and then they weren't good, but they
Yeah.
were really good.
I mean, but is it better because then they beat us again, and then
True.
that didn't feel good either.
They
So,
did this year, yeah.
so
I guess. I don't know. So yeah, well, it's got to be extra disappointing because you traveled all the way down there, right?
yeah, that was like our one big travel for the year, and it just happened that we played horrible. I mean, it
happens sometimes.
It does happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't win them all, unfortunately.
But interesting, yeah. I'm bringing back bad memories. Tyler's on the back, like, cut it. We're not doing this.
No, we're good. Any good.
Yeah.
We've ended on a good memory.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So last, I got a couple kind of cookie cutter questions for you.
Cookie cutter
Well,
questions.
well, I guess not really that cookie cutter. What is something you're bad at, round net related and not? I'm just kind of curious because you
Okay.
try. It seems like you try to be good at stuff.
I mean, I
You
definitely
try your
like to be good at
best. You
things.
try your
Yeah,
best.
Yeah, I try my best. One thing I'm not good at. Spike ball
Well, I know
related.
your spike ball related answer. I know
Yeah.
it. I have
So-
that in my notes. I said
right.
I know your spike ball.
So spike ball related. Mike can testify from today or these past 2 days. My left-handed hits are pretty pitiful. Gotta admit. I think I've fallen too in love with the backhand hit that I just forgot to even, well, not forgot to, just didn't think I needed to focus on a left-handed hit. So yeah, I would say my weak point in spike ball, definitely left-handed hits. Luckily, I don't have to do them that often. Serve returns is fine, which is weird, but
It's
hitting
the
left-
swing.
Yeah, it's a swing.
Well, I
It
was
just-
found
it
with
just
him
feels
too.
awkward.
He can push it properly, but he can't like pull it. So it's definitely like the swing.
Yeah.
It's not the hand. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Mechanics are not there for the swing. And one thing I'm not good at outside of spike ball, I feel like there's a ton, but now that you ask
But
me
like,
like on the spot,
or like,
I'm just
what
gonna,
do you want to admit to being bad at?
what I want to admit to being bad at.
I care too much.
I'm actually bad at ice skating. Very bad at ice skating. When I start off, I'm just holding onto the wall for like the first like half hour.
I need to see this.
Yeah.
I need to see it. And he's never been skiing.
I've never been skiing.
So you're bad at skiing, probably.
I must be. Yeah, I must be. I went on a hike this weekend in the snow, and I was having a tough time keeping my balance on the ice.
He quote almost died.
I did.
5 out of 10 chance of almost
Like
dying.
a 4. Bring it down to a 4. I don't make it sound too dramatic.
Okay.
Yeah.
But okay, and my last one is cookie cutter.
Okay.
If you have one piece of advice for aspiring roundnet players, what would it be?
Have fun. Have fun and get involved in the community. The community is awesome. The more you get involved in the community, I feel like the more you're gonna, well, obviously, the more you're gonna know people, the more you're gonna be involved, and then I feel like from there it's just you're gonna go to more tournaments because you want to know people, you want to get better, so you can play with those people and beat those people. So yeah, just have fun with it. Spikeball's a great sport, and there's a ton of great people that you can get to know, like Mike. Mike's a great guy. You should get to know Mike if you haven't met him. At the next tournament, guys, he's going to be at Huntington Beach and San Diego. Guys making a return to Spikeball. So
I haven't played on sand in like 2 years.
2 years? That's crazy.
No, not 2 years. 2 seasons, I guess.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about Huntington. Oh, but I'm just gonna be so focused there, you won't want to talk to me. I'm just gonna try to win.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to win Huntington and San Diego so bad. I'm just gonna zone in. So don't talk to me.
Yeah, Mike's gonna win the first 2 tour stops. Then he's gonna quit, like for good, for good. Not just I'm
not
just a rally blogger now, but now he's actually gonna
I'm just
quit.
actually out. Well, I mean, if I win too, gotta quit on a high note. Am I just like the one for a year? They're like, I mean, he didn't lose.
That's a good stat.
No losses.
That's a really good
No
stat.
loss. It comes down to the strat is getting one win and just being like, we didn't lose all year. How are we not number one?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
There are teams out there
that's a
like,
goal.
oh, maybe we could do that. That's the PR could work with that sometimes.
So, I mean, Mike, I have a question for you now.
Okay, I'm nervous.
It's not much, but
Okay.
so you're playing in Huntington Beach, you're playing in San Diego. Can we assume that this is your return? Like, is this like the Mike White, like Michael Jordan, Michael White return?
Okay, so, some people have been joking that my retirement's not real. They've been saying, Mike, you play in all these tournaments. You play in a tournament, post the podium, do #retired. But the honest truth is, yes, I am returning for 2 tournaments, and those are probably the only tour stops I'm going to play in this year.
Is that right?
I think so.
Oh, now it's a you think so. So you're not even sure.
Okay. This is
some
tough.
Fishy business. Some fishy business.
I know.
going on.
Well, so it's like, I got to keep up this persona so that the people, they keep wondering. They keep wondering. It is funny. I'm excited to play these first 2 stops because I really didn't play that many last year. And tournaments are really fun. It is funny that, like, so I don't know. If people aren't getting this, I just don't play in the official tournaments, but I play in a lot of other tournaments. And tournaments are so fun. So, like, I'm really excited to play those, but I probably won't play the other ones.
It's a shame.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. I get to watch more. If I play less, it's better for Tyler.
It's true. But also, I mean,
I
you
know.
got to rep the East Coast, man.
I know.
East Coast.
Well, the
needs
East
you.
is already the best. We saw it in a study on the Rally blog.
Yeah.
So
The East has some incredible players.
that could be biased, though. Maybe the PR is biased.
No, I think they're spot on.
Spot on.
They're definitely better than the West Coast for sure.
Spot on. They had you at 3 for the preseason. Is that spot on?
I mean, people have their opinions.
We'll see.
We
So
didn't-
no, I think I might have to play Montreal though, because I'm a big Canada player.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your record in Montreal.
'Cause-
I feel like
Montreal is just where I go to be victorious. I won. I think second trip up, came in second. Third trip up, came in fourth. Then came in first again, and now I'm back in with a third place. I can't stop.
you're killing it.
But I said once the tournament's too good and I won't get top 4, I'm just not going.
That's fair.
I need
That's
to get
fair.
top 4.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be. I didn't even get podium this time. Why am I even going? I'm just kidding. I go because Montreal's a great time. Everyone should check out the Montreal Tour stop in July.
So basically, what Mike's saying is that he likes to pick on the Canadians.
Yes.
So how do you think the Canadians feel when you go there just because you want to get?
I just want to win.
Yeah.
I hope I hope they feel good because I help them get better, and then I make fun of them on the podcast. I didn't make fun of them. I said that they play a little. They don't play like the Americans play, and you can
Right.
notice it with how Mark and Charles, who travel the most to America, play. But they're getting better. They're getting better.
Definitely.
I was
Definitely.
I was really impressed. This is my shout out to the guys in Montreal. I was really impressed with the improvement because I played them last in September, and then now it was January, and I haven't been playing that much, and it was evident that they had been. They think they play 3 times a week. So indoors too. They got to find indoor facilities, which most of us know isn't as fun as playing outside.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's really not. But
can't
hey,
all go to the beach.
That's super cool. I mean, just to see them really taking it that seriously, kind of scares me a little bit because I mean, if they're practicing this much,
I know.
how good will they get? Are
No,
they
that's
gonna
what I'm saying.
beating me in a
The
set?
Point Lome of next year will be a Canadian team.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
That's a hot.
That's a hot take.
That's a hot take. I do think, because I don't think we've ever had a Canadian team be power ranked. I think We the North has gotten honorable mention.
Yeah.
And so has Never Give Up. I think we will have a power ranked Canadian team this year. Like, I'm pretty sure of it.
I believe it. I believe it.
I was really excited up there playing against those guys. Just. There was just something about I would go to play them and would just expect something, and then a really good play would come out. And I would be like, yes, like I'm mad because I didn't get it,
Right,
but I was very happy and
Gotta
very
appreciate
impressed
the
with it.
growth.
I was like a happy frustrated.
I
Like,
get that. I get that.
Yeah, like it's like when someone gets a good serve, it's like you can't not respect it, but you're
Oh.
mad they got you.
Oh yeah.
right?
I mean, getting ace is the worst feeling, but if it's a great ace, you gotta appreciate it. You can't be mad about it.
Yeah, and then Tyler, you really gotta have one more question to ask. 2017. I don't know. It's hard, but you've been saying that 2018 is the year of defense. What is it really the year of?
What does that even mean?
The back of the hand.
You're right.
Everyone's hitting the what up top drop thing. We've been working on some backhand serves. I'm telling you.
Guys, it's the real deal.
It's actually
the real
it was
deal.
really funny because we were working on some serves, and then I made the joke. I said, "What if you did the what up top drop with your serve?" And we got some pretty good drops.
They were nasty.
We're saying we're trying to get some video of them. But what Tyler said in a Round Net World interview last week, for serves and for hits, just do whatever you think of. You never know what's going to be good, and it was just that exact thing was just happened this weekend because I made a joke about what if this happened, and it ended up being the best serve we did all day.
That's exactly how it works. It's just like joking around, like, oh my gosh, imagine we did this, and you do it, and the first try just happens to be like, wow, there's some real potential.
It was
there.
really funny.
That happened to us a few times this weekend, and it's exciting.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
that's how new serves are.
just keep
made,
trying new stuff.
Yeah.
Keep trying new stuff, and get excited for the season.
Get excited.
We're less than a month away.
It's gonna be a great season, guys. Year of defense. It's the year of defense. It's not the year of offense anymore. It's not the year of serving. It's the year of defense.
Well, so what was last year, do you think?
Last year was the year of serving.
It might have been the year of serve returns, too.
That's true.
The teams that don't get aced
That's
win.
Yeah, that's true. Year of serving.
We think so. A reason, we're just spitballing here. I like this. We were saying this is just all of our conversations over the past few days coming out. It's the year of defense because we're wondering how much harder can people hit. Like, if you can rip, like people have gotten better hits over the course of the year. How hard can we hit it? Is there a limit? Can someone add 10 miles per hour to the hit every year? Our answer is probably no.
Yeah, like, can Chris really go to the gym that much more? I don't know. I don't know.
But are there workouts for just that? So we're thinking that if the speed of the game doesn't increase that much, people's reaction time will get better, and we'll see a lot more defense. And I kind of think that's the case. I don't know if people are just worse in the winter, but I feel like recently I've been getting a lot more touches and ups than other times. And I think it's just a lot of just getting used to how hard people are hitting to it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are gonna get that. But then someone's gonna do the what up drop, and how hard you hit doesn't even matter.
Guys, you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat once we get this backhand serve going. Oh man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
watch
sweet.
out.
But yeah, your defense, I think this year is gonna be really cool. A lot of rallies, great plays, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. I really am.
Yeah. So, guys, Tyler Cisek, you'll see him at Huntington Beach or not? He's not sure yet.
Ooh, I'm not sure yet.
He's not sure yet. If not that, you'll see him at tons of tournaments. He's the one that's not smiling.
No, it's not true. I hate that. I used to not smile in podium pictures because I was mad I lost. I was a baby, okay? I smile now.
Biggest regrets. Not
Come
doing
talk
that.
to me.
Yeah, definitely. Come talk to both of us if you want. And talk to everyone else because there's a lot of cool
community.
people out there.
Yeah.
So that's our time. That's our spitballing. We got some Tyler hot takes. We got some just good conversation. A little less structure than usual.
Yeah.
So I kind of like maybe that's what would happen if we had like a studio and it wasn't just Skype calls.
Yeah.
I feel like we'd get some
some
chaos. Maybe
some
just us.
interaction.
Yeah. That might be it. I feel like it'd be really cool if we had just 4 people here just kind of talking. But anyway, thank you for tuning in to this episode of the podcast. Appreciate you listening in, learning more about RoundNet. Thanks to Tyler for hopping on his podcast while we're here together. Definitely an opportunity we couldn't miss.
Thanks for having me on, Michael.
And all right, we'll hope to see you next week on the next episode. See you.
See you guys.